Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mackenzie and this is TeacherFYI, where I share new teacher tips every week. In today's video, I am sharing a really awesome online tool that I use every day with my students and you probably didn't even realize you needed until after you watch this video, and that is Classroomscreen. So Classroomscreen works as an online display board where you can add lots of different widgets that help with classroom management. So for example, you can add timers and the directions and have a random name picker all in one spot that you can display to your students while you're teaching. So today I'm going to walk you through all the features that Classroomscreen has to offer so that you can make the most out of using it with your students in your classroom. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. I do upload new teacher tips every week. And if you do enjoy this type of content, then please give this video a thumbs up to support my channel, and let's get started. So to start, you're going to go to classroomscreen.com. Now, right away, you can start creating a screen, but I prefer to have my own account so I can save my settings and preferences, which will be helpful when creating your personalized classroom screens. So I'm just going to click sign up and then log in with my Google account. So now that I'm logged into my account, I want to adjust some of my settings, which will help when I'm choosing the widgets I want to have on my screen. So from the homepage, this is where you can add multiple screens, add a new poll, and add a group maker. So I'm going to walk you through each of those features. Under Personalize, you can choose the language for the widget bar that you want to use, and then you're going to want to create your name lists. So these name lists will help with the group maker and the random name widget, which I'll show later on. So since I teach the same group of students all day, I'm just going to create one class list, but if you teach multiple sections or different class periods, then you can create up to 3 lists with the free version. So now I'm going to type in all my students for my class, and we're all set and ready to use it as one of the widgets on my screen. Then the widget bar shows all of the widgets that you have to choose from. If for any reason there's a widget you just don't want to have shown in the toolbar, then you can drag it down to the disabled widget bar. That might be helpful if you know that there's just 4 widgets that you want to use all the time, and then you can just hide the rest. I personally prefer just to keep all of the widgets there on the screen. Okay, so now let's start with a new screen. So right when you open the new screen, you're going to see all of the widgets here at the bottom to choose from to add onto your screen. And I'm going to walk you through what each one does. So first, I'll take a look at the background choices. They have 35 different photos to choose from. You can upload your own image, choose an image that's animated. They have a lot of very peaceful options, seasonal themes, or choose a solid color. You can also click the webcam, which will have you as the background, which may be helpful if you want your students to be able to see you while sharing your screen on Zoom or Google Meet. Or you can select random and it will just choose a background for you. So next we have the random name picker. So you can create a new list of students right away in the moment, or since I am logged in and I already created my class list of student names, I'm just going to use that one. I can click the settings and choose to remember chosen students so the same name doesn't get picked twice, or just keep it off. You can then choose if you want it to be animated and have the sounds on, or change the color of the list if you want to. Now I can click choose and the student name picker is ready to go and it will randomly select a student. On all of the widgets, I can click this little arrow here to resize the tool, and then I can also click and drag the widget anywhere on the screen. For the dice tool, you can have 1, 2, or 3 dice to roll. You can change the color of the background, and if you need more than 3 dice, or maybe you're playing a game with you and your students and you want 1 dice for you and 1 to represent your students playing with the dice, you can click the widget again and have 2 on the screen to roll. You can have multiple dice if you need to, so you really can add as many of the same widgets as you want just by clicking it again to add onto the screen. So for all of the widgets, if you want more than 1 on the screen, then you just need to click it again from the toolbar and it will add that same widget again. The sound level can help with classroom management as students practice their appropriate noise levels in the classroom. You can adjust the maximum noise level, so if students are louder than the maximum noise level, it turns red, so they are aware they need to lower their voices. You can also select this little bell if you want it to make a sound when the voice level has reached the maximum noise level. It will ask you to allow your microphone to be used, so if you do have a really good microphone in the classroom, then this might be a really helpful tool to use. So this tool works as a really good visual for students as they're working in groups, so that this would be displayed on your screen and then they can see really clearly if they are getting too noisy or if they need to lower their voices when they're working together. Now the media widget I think is one of the best features of Classroomscreen because it really allows you to personalize it with your own classroom lessons and tools that you want embedded into that classroom screen. So you can insert an image, a YouTube video, have your webcam, or embed your own link with your Google slide presentation for your lesson or PowerPoint. I really find this helpful when I know I need a lot of different resources for a lesson and I can just access them all from this one screen rather than having a lot of tabs open. So for example, say I have a YouTube video I want to show my students that goes along with the Google slide lesson I'm using. I can embed both of them onto the screen so they're all ready to go for my lesson. Then I can make them full screen when it's time to present. Also, if you're teaching virtually, hybrid, or in a high flex model, you can also embed your webcam. That way, when you're Zooming with your students, you can be using your classroom screen with your students, but they can still see your face too. So I really find this helpful when I know there's a lot of different resources and pieces I want as part of my lesson. And rather than having so many tabs open on my computer, I can just have each of those resources ready to go and I only need that one tab open for my lesson. Now the QR code. If you use QR codes with your students, you can create one super easily by inputting the link and it will generate a QR code that's ready to scan. So now for the drawing tool. So the drawing tool works as an interactive whiteboard, and if you've been with me for a while, you know I love a good interactive online whiteboard to use. You can draw, erase, change the color. You can also make it full screen when teaching a lesson if you just need a whiteboard in the moment for students. And then if you click settings, you can have multiple backgrounds to choose from, including lined paper, graph paper, music notes, even clocks, which would be really helpful during math. You could even keep it full screen and then add another drawing board on top of it. So for example, if I wanted to write a word problem or write out an equation, I would do that on the smaller drawing board and then I can model it using the graph paper right behind it. What's really awesome about Classroomscreen is if you make that interactive whiteboard the full screen, you can really add any of the other widgets right on top of that. So I would recommend adding another drawing box or another text box if you're using that as your whiteboard during your lesson. All right, so then the text box makes it easy to write a quick message to your students. I really like to use it to write out directions so that they're posted very clearly for my students to see. You can change the font, the color, insert emojis, save links to websites. This makes it really easy to just have that classroom screen projected for my students so that throughout the lesson, they're not coming up to me and asking, "What do I do next?" Instead, I can just point to the board, and to me, it's just easier to type out those directions and have them displayed rather than taking the time to write them out on the whiteboard. The work symbols are there to support your classroom expectations, so when students are working on assignments, they go along with the voice levels in the classroom. It works as a nice visual to show silence, whisper, ask neighbor, and work together. Then we have a traffic light. You could insert as many traffic lights as you want. You could insert a traffic light and click red, yellow, and green. Honestly, the only way I've thought about for using this widget is for a brain break game. So green, they have to run in place as fast as they can. And then once I click yellow, it moves
into slow motion.
And then finally I hit red and they have to freeze. So that can work as a fun brain break game. If you can think of any other ways that you could use the stoplight in your classroom, please let me know down in the comments because I would love to hear your ideas. All right, and then the timer. I definitely use the timer the most. I love using timers for transitions to give a visual when students are working at center rotations or working independently, and for students just to be more aware of how much time they need to work on their assignment. So you can adjust the length of time by clicking the plus and minus icons. You can also click how many loops you want it to do, which can be helpful during center rotations. So for example, if I want students to spend 10 minutes working on reading and then 10 minutes to work on their reading response journal, it'll automatically reset and loop the timer to start again. Then when the timer is up, it has all of these different options, which are super fun and honestly way better sounding than the awful timer beeping noise that are often on timers. I really love the Mario sound. The harp is very calming. There's really lots to choose from, so definitely listen to them all. I do recommend practicing that with your students to really set the expectation of what it should look like once the timer is up. So for example, in the morning, I have a timer going, and once it gets to 0, that means all students should be at their seats and ready to listen to our morning announcements. So be sure to practice it and model it for your students. And there's also a stopwatch that's pretty self-explanatory, a clock to show digital and analog time, and then a calendar to show the date. So now let's jump back over to the home page to take a look at the poll feature. So now back in home, you have the option to create a poll for your students. So you can click add poll and then ask your students a question. So for students to answer, they would need to go up to your computer to select their response. If you want students to answer remotely on their own devices, that does require the paid upgrade at this point. But that can be a good way to check for understanding at the end of a lesson, or for a community poll during morning meeting, or another social emotional check-in. So the other main feature of Classroomscreen is the group maker. So using the class list that you set up, you can click New Group Maker, and then it's going to open up your student list on a new classroom screen. So you can select how many groups or how many students you want in each group, and it's going to automatically create groups for you on a new screen. If there are certain students you don't want paired up, then you can click these 3 little dots next to their name and select the students you don't want them to work with. If you click this little push pin next to their name, they just won't be placed in a group when you click Create Groups. So now let's go ahead and click Create Groups, and there you have it. All your groups are all ready to use. Once the groups are made, you can also rearrange if needed by clicking and dragging the student names to different groups. You can also change the group names to personalize it even more and really make it your own for your classroom. So that covers the 3 main features of Classroomscreen, where we have all of the widgets, the poll maker, and the group maker. Now, of course, one of the best parts of this tool is that you're able to add a lot of different widgets to really personalize your own classroom screen so that it works for your class. And then you have all of those management pieces at your fingertips to use with your students. So I did want to show you some examples to give you an idea on how I use it with my students in my class. So for example, I may want to add directions and include a timer to project to my students while they're working. Another example is using this as my morning meeting slide. So as students enter the classroom in the morning, it will include the morning message. It will have directions so they know exactly what they need to do as they walk in. It will have a YouTube video that I'm showing as part of morning meeting, and then a timer, which allows students to get their materials, answer the morning meeting question, and then by the time the timer goes off, students know that they should be in their seats ready to start the day. I really like having one classroom screen that really just has all of the tools that I use frequently throughout the day, with the timer and the random name picker and a text box ready for me just to type the directions in the moment with my students. Now, something to keep in mind is that once you've made your beautiful classroom screen ready to use for the day, you can't actually save it. So that is part of the paid upgrade version of Classroomscreen. However, it will save all of your settings and preferences. So that means it will keep all of your class lists that you already made, so you can easily add that group maker or use that random name picker by creating a new screen. If you did spend a lot of time creating your screen, then you just don't want to accidentally exit out of that tab. As always, thank you so much for watching. Classroomscreen is such a fun way to have all of those little classroom management tools at your fingertips all day long. It's definitely something I have been using every day this year with my students to help my classroom run a little bit smoother. So if you did find this video helpful, please remember to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for all my newest teacher tips. And I'll see you again next week. Bye everyone.